looking at them. Smoke detectors, like other items of technology, have changed. This Black Friday, today, we're gonna offer the best value of the year on next generation smoke detector quality. Here it is, smaller, slimmer, sleeker, better, more accurate with an advanced photoelectric sensor. This can go on the ceiling or you could actually put it on the wall. We're gonna tell you how easy that is to do because it just sticks to the wall if you so desire. Guess what? This isn't gonna beep at you every few months. It has a battery in it that can last up to 10 years. More accuracy, better battery life, and a better looking design. Now, here's what we're doing for the Black Friday deal. One of these smoke detectors normally costs around $25. We're gonna do 2 of the smoke detectors, and we're gonna include a carbon monoxide detector. Carbon monoxide poisoning, if you Google carbon monoxide poisoning, you'll see it's a major problem. You might have seen a lot of news stories about it. It's known as the silent killer because you don't quite know it's happening. I'll tell you a story in a little bit about one of our wonderful producers that works here, Rick, and his lovely wife, Nancy. Carbon monoxide poisoning is something we have to take seriously. We're including the carbon monoxide detector. That's normally $35. $35, $25, $25 with shipping. We're doing all 3 for $64.95 and free shipping and handling. I have these in my home and would never be without them. The reason I bought them, the reason I was convinced to get them, is because this technology is very expensive. Some of the stores out there can charge upwards of $100 approximately. So when Samurai introduced this, their idea was to bring this new technology at a more affordable price. Hence, this has become such a big success. I want to dive into it. Samurai Joe, I call him. Mr. Joe Harrison, come join me on the chaise or the love seat, whatever this is.
Thanks for having me.
I see you copied me tonight.
Yes, we were matching the pillows. So the whole set is a great color for us.
Don't you get me started, Joe Harrison. Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, you too. Thank you very much.
Did you have a nice turkey?
We did a nice turkey. And
did you make it?
I did. I made it at 7:30 this morning with 3 hours in the oven and came out perfect.
You are amazing, Joe Harrison.
It's tough to be me sometimes, so it is great though.
Let me tell you, it is tough to be Joe because he is an expert and an authority on so many things in the world of technology. Joe, technology is changing in every respect, also in smoke detectors.
You're right. When you're talking about the advanced photoelectric sensor that is built into your brand new smoke detector, this truly is next generation. And if you don't have photoelectric sensor, do you know when the last technology change came to smoke detectors? It was in one of these bigger guys, and this came out in the 70s. 1972 is when the ion sensor in most of our smoke detectors was invented. So you're looking at something that's protecting your house that is now 50 years old. And what happens with this technology? If you take a hot shower, it sets this off. You know, a lot of times it has false alarms in the middle of the night, it sets this off. It uses so much battery life that you have to change the batteries every 6 months, or then you have a smoke detector that doesn't work. But with this one, it has a new photoelectric sensor that wasn't designed in the 70s. It was designed in the last 8 years, and it is truly the latest and greatest. And when it first came out, it was so extremely expensive, but Samurai is now making it affordable. You will see other photoelectric sensors on the market, like Adam mentioned, that will cost well over $50 just for one. Because you see some of these other ones that are cheap and inexpensive, that stuff, you just can't trust your house to it anymore. With a photoelectric sensor, it knows the difference between taking that steam coming off your hot shower and then smoke coming off the stove. And those are really seconds that matter. Because what happens is when you get these false alarms, and then you hear it throughout your day, you're like, oh, it's just a smoke detector, it's another false alarm, and then you start playing down that it could be really a fire. When you hear that photoelectric sensor go off, you know it is something bad and it is time to get out of the house. So Samurai, this is all they do. They make home and wellness and safety products. In the last 4 years alone here at HSN, over 350,000 safety items have been sold. This is one of the best ones for your house because for me, it's peace of mind.
Yeah.
With these bigger guys, I gotta change the batteries every 6 months. With this one, as soon as you get it home, the battery's already installed. That battery right there is going to last you 10 years. And all you have to do, there's a little plastic tab. Pull that plastic tab out, that starts day one. We even included install on date. You can write it on there, and that's it. Now, the only thing you have to do, every 6 months, you're not changing the batteries. What you're doing is you're holding down this button just to test it. That's it. Just do it every 6 months. You know, you can just guarantee everything is working. But when you hear that beep, Adam, that fast beep, It's 85 decibels. You can hear it throughout the house, but it's fast because this is the carbon monoxide detector. When you hear the smoke detector, I'll sound that one off. It is slower. It is a loud 85 decibel sound. So when you hear the slow one, you know, okay, this one is for the smoke. I've got a couple minutes to be able to grab my stuff. I can see where the smoke is. When you hear that fast alarm, Adam, it's carbon monoxide.
Yeah.
You don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah.
You need to get out of the house right away.
Yeah.
So they've even designed the alarm to give you that warning to make sure you get out safely of the house.
You know, for me, and I think for many of us, I wait for Black Friday to buy a lot of things, right? Because it's the biggest savings, the biggest discounts. Sometimes it takes that Black Friday saving to kind of nudge us in the right direction. We have to protect ourselves and our loved ones. If your smoke detector drives you crazy, if it's more than 10 years old, if it doesn't have a battery in it, you should get these and get them while it's a Black Friday deal. With everybody that's placed orders, I have around 2,800 left now before it's completely sold out. The value today is the best of the year because you're getting all three. Now, Joe's talked about the smoke detectors. You get 2 of those here. The third piece to the puzzle, again, a bonus, if you will, for the Black Friday special, is the carbon monoxide detector. A producer that works here, his name is Rick, a wonderful gentleman, been here for over 25 years. He was recently selling his home with his lovely wife, Nancy, and the new buyers sent in the inspector, and the inspector was inspecting the house and said to Rick and Nancy, how have you guys been feeling recently? Have you been out of sorts? And they said, yeah, funny you say that, we have. They determined there was a gas leak. Now, it was only minor, thank God, but they didn't know it was happening. That is something so many of us can be so vulnerable to. Carbon monoxide poisoning is on the rise. It's in news stories everywhere, and a lot of us who are watching right now might not even know if we even have a carbon monoxide detector. Joe, what are some of the sources of carbon monoxide poisoning?
Anything that generates heat. Anything that you burn in the house. It's your stoves, 100%. It is all the grills that you have. It's the space heaters that we start to introduce in our house during this time of year. And it's really the next 6 months that there's a big wave of carbon monoxide poisoning. And the symptoms are you have an upset stomach. That's the most common symptom. And you think, oh, maybe I just ate something bad. You go to bed and then bad things happen. With carbon monoxide poisoning, you can't see it, can't taste it, can't smell it. But because you have that advanced photoelectric sensor, it will let you know. It will give you that quick, fast beep letting you know there's carbon monoxide in your house. It is time to get out. But it's also generated from our air conditioning.
Yes.
And Adam, this is really the sad thing is that in the last couple months, there have been 4 Americans that died when they stayed in a hotel. Yeah. And there was carbon monoxide coming off the AC unit there. So because of that, I travel with my family. You know, this is small, this is compact. I would start taking this with me. I highly recommend it. I'm doing it because you never know where it's coming from. And why trust somebody else? With this, Adam, you're getting that latest generation to truly give you that safety warning.
It's so important, and it's even if you don't get these tonight, please at least take on the information. I hope you do, because the value is huge. Again, this is what I have in my home, and I love them. Again, 10-year battery on the carbon monoxide detector and on the smoke detectors. They are letting me know we are slammed busy again. Again, Black Friday pricing has got everybody excited. So with now fewer than 3,000 left and hundreds of orders coming through, we sell these by themselves, but if you get the Black Friday special, you're saving a lot of money tonight. Again, free shipping and 5 flex pay. The other thing I want you to know is for so many of us, we'll buy something and the box will arrive and you think, geez, how am I gonna put that up? How am I gonna install that? Let me tell you, what the team from Samurai did was include this 3M sticky disc, as it were. It's 2-sided. You peel off one side and put it there, and then you can put it onto the wall. And if I could just jump up for a second, I won't actually do it because I don't want to. I know we're running out of these things, aren't we, Joe? I keep
the sets team loves you.
I know I keep destroying the sets. I apologize. You do not need to climb a ladder and put this on the ceiling. You can put it on the wall, eye level or above, and you're good to go. So from the moment this arrives, just a few seconds later, you could have this on the wall and be more protected than you were. Okay, if you are on hold, I promise we're going to get to you. hsn.com is going to be your fastest way in. In the stores to get this type of technology, you can spend between $50 and $100 for just one photoelectric sensor. This is the 3-pack, 2 of the smoke and 1 of the carbon monoxide detectors. Joe, just the money that we could save on batteries alone pays for this.
You're right, and the manufacturers will put this on the smoke detector. They recommend you change the battery every 6 months because it consumes so much electricity because because it was made back in the 70s. So if you think, if I had 3 of these and I have to change the batteries every 6 months, this is what 10 years worth of batteries would look like. Now I know it's different for everybody. This cost me $92 in the Tampa area to get 10 years worth of batteries. It's more expensive than if I picked up a set of Samurai. And keep in mind, I'm putting this into 1970s technology to protect my house. Or you could actually save yourself a lot of money, and then you get the 3-pack. Now there is a reason why we're giving you the 3-pack. If you have these in your house, and when these were created back in the 70s, the code at the time was to have 1 smoke detector in the entire house.
Just 1.
It doesn't matter how many rooms you had, it didn't matter how many floors you had, 1 smoke detector. That was the code, you know, back in the 70s when this was created. And then as the years went by, they said, okay, we need to have 2. Well, now the 2022 code is you need to have a smoke detector in every bedroom of your house. If you can't say you have that, you need to pick these up tonight. You also have to have one in every hallway leading to every major space. You got to pick those up tonight if you don't have them. You also have to have one in every large living space, your living rooms, and then your entryways, all that area, you need to have a smoke detector. Those are the ones just for code. But then you start thinking about, well, there are fires that happen in garages. You should have one there. How many of us have heard about a lint fire from our dryer? We have one in our laundry room because you never know where that fire is going to come from. And because it's so small, because it's so compact, like Adam said, as long as it's eye level and above, it is going to be able to detect the smoke particles in the air, and it's analyzing those smoke particles hundreds of times a second to make sure it's giving that accuracy. The other thing, Adam, is the smoke detector, or the carbon monoxide. It is not a code yet. However, they're trying to put it, to get it passed to make this a building code. They recommend every 750 square feet or every floor in your house, you should have a carbon monoxide detector. So you start thinking about, why do I need that? Well, we talked about carbon monoxide comes off of things that generate heat. So you're thinking about, okay, the stove, the kitchen, that's an obvious one. But then where is your space? Do you have a space heater up above? Do you have it down in the basement? Where's your AC unit? That also releases carbon monoxide. Well, that might be down in the basement or on the one far side of the house. You need to have these placed throughout the house. And then also, more importantly, if you have rooms around your garage, upstairs, beside it, carbon monoxide seeps through the walls. And the problem you run into is if you don't have the proper ventilation in your home, that carbon monoxide can build up. Bad things happen. Adam, it is quickly coming one of the top reasons why people are calling 911, because carbon monoxide poisoning is becoming so prevalent in our houses because we're bringing this technology that generates it, but we've never had anything that can tell us until today.
I did so much research when Joe started to talk about it and when I bought mine, and it scared me so much because it's such a big deal and so many of us don't have carbon monoxide detectors. So this Black Friday deal, you get the carbon monoxide with the smoke. Okay, I want to show you what's happening. 330 sold. We have over 650 people placing orders. There's around 1,800 now left for our Black Friday special. When we sell out the Black Friday special, you can buy them by themselves or the carbon monoxide by themselves, but the value is nowhere near as good. If you buy this bundle, you are saving a fortune because just the carbon monoxide alone is normally $35 plus shipping. The smoke is around $25 plus shipping again, 25, 25, 35, and then the shipping. So there's a lot of value there. We're gonna put our 4-minute clock on the screen and count on down. With 4 minutes left, this is the chance to get in. I don't think anybody would mind me saying, but perhaps one of the most important products to buy this entire night. Yes, we're gearing up for the Meta Quest and we're gearing up for our big Black Friday release. But in these final 4 minutes, please make sure you at least add this to your shopping cart because this is one of those things that could potentially save a life. I know it's a pain when the older style smoke detectors beep at you all the time, even when it feels like you just put a new battery in there. Remember, these have a battery that lasts 10 years. And with photoelectric sensor technology, it's more accurate than it's ever been. So that means less false alarms. And obviously the final piece of the puzzle has got to be the fact that you don't need to worry about getting on a ladder or putting it on the ceiling or asking for anybody. We do include mounting hardware if you desire, but you can use the 3M sticky, which is two-sided, stick one side there and then take it to the wall and you can use it to stick that way, and that means we can install this. I use the word install, it's sticking it to the wall. But you can install this yourself very quickly, and the minute you do, it's a sense of relief.